You guys are both A-listers in my book, so appreciate you coming on down to help out with the broadcast. And again, the Mavericks winners of their last 7, longest streak in just about 2 years, and they try to pull off their 4th consecutive sweep.
And another thing, they got a little bit more balanced scoring. We've seen that top line on the score sheet all year. Last night you saw some other names that bodes well for the second half of this season.
In fact, we'll talk about that with the keys as well, but that certainly was noted that all of a sudden 2 of the top scorers that we've seen during the 7-game run in Evan Murr and Luigi Benincasa, neither one make the scoring sheet, and yet the Mavericks still put 5 up last night and get contributions all the way up and down the lineup, and that bodes well as now Mort's back the other way and a quick shot taking the feed from Stender. Murr able to hold it at the point for now, right in front of the Bulldogs bench, still in the zone. Near side Watkins fires one in on net. Rappeljay, and all of a sudden here's a 2-on-1 the other way for the Bulldogs. Rappeljay with the shot into the glove of Tracy. Picked from behind, and Watkins will lead things in for Minnesota State. Benincasa from out in front.
Have a few extra words at the end of this period for how they came out and started this game.
I, for one, have seen enough drop passes in the defensive zone. We've been burnt on at least one, and there's a goal because the Mavericks can't clear. They can't control the puck, and Caden Brown pops through. And yeah, the little sleepwalk we're on right now, Mavericks got burnt.
Possession for most of this period, at times, and they had it in there for 30 seconds. We're winning races to the loose pucks, and all alone out front, snap it by Zadzeri, snap it right by Tracy to give them a 1-0 lead.
Low angle shot blocked by Lindbergh again. Out in front, another quick look for Lemire as a turnover. And Lundberg has to make a much bigger save there to keep the Mavericks off the board.
Evan Murr there from just inside his zone, rip it into the corner, pops right out to Lemire. Gets an opportunity. Kind of like we said in the first period, can't put 1 and 2 together right now.
Mavericks had a shorthanded goal last night, and that was Stender, who's now in the box with the penalty. Jean-Louis with the shot, score, got redirected out in front with bodies in front of Tracy, and it's Ferris with the 2-0 lead on a power play tally.
Yeah, it looked like Gavin Best there in that bumper spot. Mavericks really find themselves in a hole, down 2. Take a look here, Jean-Louis right there, and it was Best right there in the high slot area, getting a stick on it, getting it to change direction.
Somehow Best fights through some traffic to get the puck. Well, I thought the Mavericks had won the draw. Jean-Louis gets a return feed. He's manned that spot the entire weekend. The first unit for the Bulldogs. Score.
Getting that body in front on the bumper, and then the low guys also finding a way to get in that lane too. You see him right around there, and one thing Jean-Louis does a great job of is finding ways to get the puck on the net.
Off the glass, Murr trying to step into the play, and now you're going to get the Mavericks starting to take a few chances too as Brown's the other way. Big blocker save, wow.
We've had a nice scene tonight, but Ferris has had the possession of the puck for a lot of this.
Played out in front, and somehow Tracy reaches out for a big save. And a heavy hit here, you'll see the rush up the ice. He kind of, ended up tripping up over Tracy's fallen the stick right there, and and with the momentum just took him right into the corner. Lemire flips one in. Jean-Louis gets over there in time out in front. There's Lemire, and a big glove save, nicest save of the night for Lundberg. Trying to get the split of the 2-game series. Empty net on the other side for the Mavericks is played to the far side. Smith, and there's a point-blank slam by Lemire, and Hedberg had that.
Just swallowed it right up and didn't give out a rebound.
Benincasa able to hold it in at the point. Murr now to the far side. Smith. Score!
Well, the $1 million question is, do you keep the goalie pulled with You know, a little over 2.5 to go. They put Alex back in.
Smith on the far side found an angle and gets past Lundberg for the first time tonight. For Smith, his 6th goal of the season. Mavericks won the draw, and a couple Mavericks we're looking at like who's going to play it. And that's been that kind of night.
Yeah, a little indecision there on whose puck that was, and then they end up turning it over anyway.
And an empty net goal by Dole as Schleppe got down there first, and that'll end the evening tonight as the fans start leaving the building. And it's a 4-1 lead here for the Bulldogs on that by Holden Dole.
Yeah, and that's kind of it in a nutshell. Like you said, off of the face-off, Mavericks had possession. Kind of pulled.
Hupka with Wheeler, and that will conclude the contest tonight again.